Here he is, Nick Riewoldt.
Our favourite.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean-
I heard you say that to Pendles on Monday. But
No way. Yes, mate.
We love
Everyone's our
Pendles,
favourite. Everyone's our favourite.
Favourite of the day.
You couldn't win then, could you?
No.
Checkmate.
No, it was. It was a good move from you.
thanks.
It was very good.
I've actually started playing chess with my boys last night.
Have you?
Yeah.
And how do you? Are you a chess man?
No.
No, neither am I.
But I beat them.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
Yeah, good. They need to learn that.
7 and 5. And again, my 7-year-old got flat that he wasn't winning.
Yeah.
It's the first time you've ever played it.
Yeah,
I'm
relax.
just teaching.
You're gonna get better.
But I did say to him, I will not let you win.
And fair enough.
So we've got a deal that every year we're going to have one running race and one arm wrestle.
Yes.
And I will not let him win
Good.
until he beats me.
Yeah.
Which will happen.
He'll be in
So I
his,
reckon the over
well
is
into
probably
his 40s by
well,
then.
no, I reckon it's probably sort of 14, 15.
No.
I'll be
To
close.
beat
I'll be
you,
close
how
to,
old will you be when
I'll be
he's...
close to. I'll be late 40s.
You'll be as strong as an ox. He won't get you till when he's
Don't know.
14.
Anyway,
No way.
the 15's the over under at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've got to earn it.
15.
What's that?
You got to earn the win. You
That's
can't, you
it.
can't just-
Absolutely.
What's the fun?
It's no
Yeah.
participation
15, he might
awards.
beat you in a running race, but I don't think you'll be
Nah,
stronger
arm
than
wrestle,
you.
I'll still have him.
Yeah.
I reckon you'll have him well.
Yes.
He may never beat you in an arm wrestle.
I reckon he might. I reckon
One
he'll
day.
get me one day when my bones like chalk. And
Yeah.
they
You're on your
snap.
deathbed.
And
He's
he
like, I got
breaks
you.
your arm.
Yeah, he
that's
actually
it.
snaps your arm off.
He's
Snaps
going to
it
be a big
off.
kid. We got sidetracked there.
Well, no, I love that, and I'm looking forward to the update on that.
I'll let you know. I don't reckon we'll have anything dramatic happen this year.
Well, you never know. You might trip over.
Yeah, true.
The big story this week is obviously entrecôte. I don't know if you've had dinner there, and I'd be surprised if you haven't.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
How Melbourne?
Yeah.
It's very
How
Melbourne.
to
It
have
is.
I'm surprised they didn't pull the skis off the top of their roofs and just start belting each other with skis.
Yeah.
Well, they almost did. So old mate seems to have a bit of form.
Stephen
Yeah.
May, yeah.
Stephen May. We saw photos of him up on the balcony at a Richmond pub after he'd recently signed.
2018.
He was
circa.
injured at the time, drinking a pint, which is, could have been one pint. It could have been his first pint in 6 months. We
Yeah.
don't know. He did have an issue overseas with Campbell Brown, where Campbell broke his jaw after a scuffle around a Rhiannon signature, I believe it was,
Yeah, gotcha.
in one of the most ridiculous
Yeah.
street fights of all time.
Yeah.
Now, the milkshake himself, Melksham, has found himself on the wrong end of Stephen's attitude and energy.
Yeah, I've met Stephen May a lot of times. He's a beauty. Like if he came in here right
We'd
now,
enjoy his company.
You would really enjoy his company. He's a great interview. He's very honest. He's obviously a terrific player. He does have form in this area. The part of the whole thing for me that is the most disappointing is to miss out on a premiership and watch the rest of your team win one, and for Joel Smith, and this is what's alleged, but for Joel Smith, who got ruled out of the prelim, so he was in the team then got ruled out, it would be heartbreaking. Like it was heartbreaking to not win one, but at least, in my situation, we were all in it together, right?
Yeah.
But to actually then see your teammates win one, and then down the track have one of the people that were fortunate enough to play in the game rip into you about the fact that you weren't there.
Oh, so that's what
That's
Melksham.
what's-
That's what
the al- that's the
Melksham
al-
was reacting to, was it? Because
Yeah.
I thought
that's
comment.
the allegation.
That's what
Right.
I said in the back page this morning, that Joel Smith and he were both in the conversation.
Right.
And that's the
Yeah.
allegation.
So
That's the
he's had it
allegation.
to. Well, Max Gawn was fairly adamant that that's not been what's said, but he's also the captain of the club and might be smoothing things over.
Like for something like that, like it was pretty specific what made its way
Yeah.
into the media. So if that is true, for one of your teammates to have been, getting stuck into you about the fact that you weren't a part of it, that's red rag to a bull.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Totally.
That's
not
just,
on.
That's just below the belt. I mean, like I know, like for our group that got so close in 2009 and 10, we all had moments within those games where someone could have done better,
Yeah, sure.
but not once has anyone ever really
Why would you?
mentioned it. And
No.
if they did, well then I reckon it'd be on.
Yeah, that's problematic.
Yeah.
Is there a point where Stephen May needs to look at himself and go, you know what I'm going to do? stop drinking.
Yeah, I reckon he's probably had that conversation with himself this week.
I
I
reckon
wouldn't be
he's there.
surprised if that conclusion's already been drawn.
I reckon he's there right now to say to himself, you know what I'm not good at? Drinking beers and hanging out with blokes without either getting punched in the face or punching someone in the face.
So you can probably, 1 + 1 = 2 in that
hope
situation
so.
and reach that conclusion yourself.
And if you're suggesting that he's a pretty together guy when he's off the sauce, then he really needs to just think about whether or not alcohol needs to be a part of his playing life.
Yep.
And that's right through the season, obviously. We are talking footy now. We've moved past the Entrecôte incident.
Yes.
Richmond Port tonight. Are you covering that for any of your various
outlets? I am not. It
outlets?
will be on Fox Footy, but I'm not doing that one. I'm doing the game tomorrow. Well, Richmond Port will be great. I'm doing Essendon Carlton tomorrow night. We're out there at the MCG to 150-year celebrations for
that's right.
the Bombers for this week.
Yeah.
So if they're not wound up this week,
When are they wound up?
Yeah, so that'll be a good game though. That'll be a good game. Carlton are ticking along nicely. Shout out to Caleb Marchbank who makes his way back into the Carlton side after it's been
1,040 days or something.
Oh my
a
God!
large number of days.
What in hell?
And
What?
I played on him towards the end of my career and thought this guy is going to be.
He could be anything.
He could be anything, and then he's just been hurt. So great to
Is
see
it
him.
one injury or several? Is it the
He's
same
had
injury?
he's had a number of different ones, like freaky sort of ones too.
At what point, as a player, are you 1,000 days into it and think, maybe this isn't for me?
Well, plenty would get there.
Who was the Geelong guy who had the same thing?
Menzel was it?
Menzel.
Yeah, Daniel Menzel.
Yeah, so plenty of guys. Menzel had like 4 knee recodes or something.
We
Something
saw
ridiculous.
Rory Thompson earlier this year as well. Was another one.
Which is it's credit to those guys that actually make it out the other side. So hopefully it all
So
goes.
they're still around the club, but they're over on...
They're around. So I was down at St Kilda the other day, and it was the rain was coming in sideways. It was like 8 degrees, and I looked out, and Dan Hannabury's another guy who's had a heap of issues over the last few years. He was out there by himself with one of the fitness coaches, just running laps and doing strides.
Oh my
It is
God.
a lonely place.
And you don't see any of that.
No. You know, well, that's the stuff you don't see. So it's a long
I remember
road back.
seeing Woden one day outside, those ovals outside Junction Oval?
Yeah.
I remember him there, middle of summer. It was stinking hot, and he was just running laps on his own. I thought, geez, this bloke, he is committed.
Yeah. Top off would have been.
Yeah. We both had our tops off.
Yeah.
I was chasing him.
North, are you going to head along on Sunday, North
Yeah, I am
Giants?
going to head along on Sunday. Christ knows why, but I'll be there.
Very good man.
Will reckons it's going to be, they're suggesting, well, not Will, but there's a suggestion that it could be the lowest ever crowd at Marvel.
Well, what would that be?
So that
Will?
would be less than 8,974 for the Melbourne Giants
wow.
game in
Yeah,
2015.
there's every chance of that.
Massive chance.
Massive chance.
Come on, North.
Well, we only saw their last home game at Marvel was 13,422 against the reigning premiers.
Yeah, I was at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Melbourne looked about as interested as I was. Honestly, they kicked their first
No,
goal
North
and
played
they
well
just
that day.
wandered over
Yeah,
and
they
just.
did.
North
I know,
played
but
well.
They did, but Melbourne, after their first goal, they went, "Yeah, well done, bro. See you back in the middle." I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, these guys don't care. They're just going to wait until they have
Practice
to
match.
win, and then they're going to win."
Oh, come on, Marty.
No, I'm up
pleased
and
to hear
about.
that you're getting along. Brizzy St Kilda is a good game. This is a top 4 battle between the Lions and the Saints, who are up and about. Brizzy, a few little issues over the last few weeks, and then Monday. I think this is just about one of the best days of the year.
Well,
the
and
big freeze.
you've had your famous Freddie Mercury slide down in. How cold is that water? I'm assuming it's absolutely freezing.
The cold didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I was that nervous about actually having to put on a little bit of a performance because
yeah.
I did the Freddie Mercury thing, and then I got the call from Lewis Martin from Channel 7 the day before saying, "Hey, we need a little bit of production value around your Freddie Mercury." I said, "No way, mate." Like,
What was he
done
after? What did he want?
I've done the singing and dancing thing with that stupid St Kilda sing-along
That's
commercial
right.
that I've done, which is
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
horrific.
Oh, you say that.
So he said, "Yeah, it's for Neil." I said, "Okay."
Oh, once
Well,
you
yeah,
say
yeah,
that,
yeah.
why don't you say
I
it's
said,
for
well,
Neil?
I said, well played, Lewis. Well played.
Well played.
Well played.
You
Well,
played
just
the
out
Neil
of-
card,
Yeah,
have you,
that's
sir?
it. Which is a trump card, obviously. What would you go down the slide as, Lauren?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, share.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, nice.
And I'd
Hopefully
maybe
it's the
write
one
a
on the
cannon
army
down.
boat.
Well, let's just go around. What would you go
I
down?
don't know.
Oh.
Give me a sec to think
Okay,
about
we'll
it.
come back to you, mate.
I'll go down as Robin Williams.
Oh.
I don't think anyone can top that.
No, it's hard to. Who are you going down as, Rob?
Wembley Michael Hutchence, but it's very similar to Freddie Mercury.
And
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Oh,
No, it'll
good
be
chat.
a great day. It'll be a great day, Nick.
Took it to a weird spot.
No, it
it
doesn't-
will be. It is an awesome day. I mean, the Fight M&D have done an unbelievable job.
Yes.
Neil's just one of the bravest humans you could ever come across, and his
It's
family. Beck
amazing
and
that-
Beck Danaher's picked it up and run with it. And
Yeah.
Well, we'll be talking to Beck actually.
oh, great.
Yeah.
No, she's a star. I got my beanie in the
Game-wise,
package
what do you
the other
think?
day. Game wise, Collingwood are up and about. Like I 3 weeks ago, I would have said, "Well, just Melbourne, just win the game." But with
Absolutely.
everything that's happened this week, the fact that they've dropped the last two, a little bit of a question mark over some parts of their game, particularly their ability to score. Like they get inside 50 a lot,
Yep.
but their efficiency when they go in hasn't been great. Collingwood, they're playing great footy. They've beaten some terrific opponents. They went to Fremantle and knocked them off. Their form's looking really good. So, look, I think Melbourne, but the Pies would not surprise me if they cause an upset.
I know he's a friend of the show, but Pendles is playing good footy, isn't
Playing
he?
great footy.
He's
that
a
move
freak.
to halfback's been great for him, and it's been great for the team. So
Yeah.
that requires someone like him he's always been a midfielder to actually embrace the role, and he's done that, and he's leading them beautifully.
He's sneaky tall too.
Pendles,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, this is
Sneaky
the modern
tall.
midfielder.
This is the modern
They're
midfielder.
They're all. So when I got drafted, it was 6'4". You're a centre half forward. Brownie, Pavlich. We're all about the same size.
Because he's 6'3", isn't he,
Yeah.
Pendles?
about
Well, now Pendles, Bond, Paddy Cripps, they're all as big, if not bigger than us.
Yeah, they're
So
big guys.
they're big guys in the middle of the ground.
All right, mate. Have a lovely
chat.
weekend. Always lovely to see you.
See you, gang.